Okay, we have another unpopular K-pop opinions because 2024 is an insult to the human race. And in some aspect, I totally agree with ROSÉ'S. If you didn't, please check ROSÉ'S channel. They do amazing job with these, especially with these unpopular opinion videos. Most of the times I agree what it said in these videos, and I'm going to like it as well because I just know it's going to preach as usual. And yeah, I know from the thumbnail that ROSÉ'S is gonna talk about the Megan Thee Stallion and Twice collab as well, but I didn't check out that yet, but I'm going to. So let's go.
The year isn't even over yet, and the foolishness just won't stop. Why can't the K-pop community ever be normal just once? For once? Seriously, what is wrong with some of y'all? The drama, the scandals, the absolute chaos. It's like nobody can breathe without someone starting mess. Hello again, rosaries, both my old and the newcomers finding their way to this glorious mess of a channel. Buckle up because today, I'm coming in early to share more of my opinions. And just to make things crystal clear, the real problem isn't K-pop itself. It's the fecking snowflakes running around acting like their feelings are more important than logic. Y'all are the reason this community is unbearable half the time. All right, let's get started.
The KMCA calls out the roaches and the ill-mannered brats though they could get away. I've heard about this and I don't understand, so please tell me.
The baby roaches thought they could stir chaos and walk away untouched when in reality they're about to crash hard. Instead of focusing on their careers and building on their success, they threw it all away for Mama Roach's reckless drama. Now, everything they worked for is hanging by a thread, and for what? Stupidity, arrogance, and outright tampering. The KMCA has officially had enough. On December 13th, 2024, they called out Mama Roach for tampering, which is manipulating artists to break contracts, compromising the credibility of the music industry, and demanded that the baby roaches stop the nonsense and honor their on-air contracts like professionals. If they're unhappy, fine, take it to court. But this public circus they've created is career suicide. Tampering isn't just unethical, it's destructive to K-pop as a whole. The KMCA even hinted at blacklisting them if this keeps up, and honestly, it's deserved.
I've heard about the blacklisting of New Jeans, and honestly, it would be well deserved if they've got blacklisted in the K-pop community, and not just in K-pop, but in general, because if the Western music industry got a hint about what they are doing in Korea, I mean New Jeans and their parents, apparently, because they helped make new Instagram accounts that is hinting that they have a new name as a group. When I saw that, I was like, okay, this is like kindergarten. Like, seriously, like, if you're interested, I have a few videos on this topic, and I even have a playlist that you can check out if you want to cut up in the hype lore and what has happened in this year, and just in general with New Jeans and Adore and Minhyejin. Basically, I've started out being neutral in terms of I didn't backup even new jeans or a door or hype. I was like, I want to see how it plays out, and I am always in the side of justice. I try to be impartial in times, but right now when Min Hee-jin left a door, I was like, okay, I don't like to protect big companies, because as we know, big companies with big money, they do what they want. They can do some shady things if they really want to, but at this case with Min Hee-jin and New Jeans, they did a good thing with letting go Min Hee-jin from her post, but they didn't done anything about New Jeans in terms of court filing or lawsuit or anything. And I've heard that they did it because if they're the ones who make the first step in terms of going to court and assembly and everything that is involves the law, that would make them the bad guy, quote unquote bad guy, in the eyes of the general public, mostly in Korea, of course, because in outside of Korea, internationally, we all want to see New Jeans getting what they deserve at this point, because this is just ridiculous. So they're really trying to do something, and looks like that they're the end of the good grace of hype, I think, because I think in 2025 they are going to get a good bilateral by the company, I think, and they can follow Min Hee-jin, their mama, anywhere where they want to go, to be honest.
What's worse is that some stans are still defending them, acting like critical thinking is optional. Supporting this recklessness doesn't just hurt New Jeans, it's damaging the entire industry.
Oh, and by the way, I totally agree with this, but I've seen that some stands of New Jeans and who is not 100% clear on what is K-pop and what is happening in the industry, and comes in the K-pop music sphere as a Western music listener, and they think that the industry is the same as anywhere else in the world, and I saw comments that they say that oh, good for them, because they are slaves with their contracts with the 7-year long term, and they breaking out from this pattern, and they go get him, and they should be praised because they are brave, and outstanding because they break their legal, I don't know, their legal papers. Like, they have 5 more years in their contract, and they knew this when they signed it. So this is the same as you tell a toddler that you are going to go to the store, and you tell them that you're going to come back as their parents, and they should be safe when you go to the store. Like, you be safe at home, and the respective people that is staying with the kid is calling you like 10 minutes later, like the kid is asking me where you gone. Like, I'm going to the store, and I told them. And this is the same thing. I think New Jeans, if they really playing along and they know what they are doing, which I think it's not true. I think they're just dumb at this point. I don't like to call people dumb just because, but at this point, after seeing what they've done so far, I can't. I can't get away from that word because I don't know. They are the toddlers, and Min Hee-jin was their mama, and she left, and that was the breaking point, and they just, I don't know, lost their mind at this point. It's really sad actually, because they are really young and they're too young to be burned out in this industry. I think it can happen. It's not an easy job to do, I admit, but that's why you should be able to get some good people around you, especially when you start out this job, and they don't want to acknowledge that they actually have pretty decent people around them who would be able to help and would like to help them from a working standpoint, not like a family standpoint. Like, you don't have to be a family member in order to be acknowledged as a helping hand in your work. Like, that's why you have coworkers and bosses and everything that New Jeans has. You don't have to rely on family ties as your parents because they want to do what's the best for you. But the New Jeans members' parents are apparently just delusional. And they don't see the big picture, apparently, because I'm pretty sure they got a lot of hate comments and about their parenting. And this is the worst. I think this is worse than getting hate comments about how your children is working, because of course we're talking about New Jeans, and I think this is a parent's worst nightmare when you get comments about how you are a bad parent. And I feel sorry for them, but they done this to themselves. So
Careers, reputations, and K-pop's global future are on the line. If they don't take responsibility, they're not just ruining themselves, they're dragging everyone else down with them. The KMC isn't playing around anymore. They're demanding stricter laws to end tampering once and for all, and it's about time. New Jeans thought breaking their contracts with Odd Air was as easy as canceling a Netflix subscription. That level of arrogance is stunning, and now the fallout is inevitable. They played with fire, and they're getting burned. At this rate, they're going to be a cautionary tale for how to destroy a career faster in record time. And honestly, they deserve it. And now look, slowly they are losing everything to the point where they have to open a new Instagram called Jeans for Free when they lost a major brand deal called SOL. Shinhan Financial Group has straight up dropped New Jeans like a hot potato. This is the same company that worked with them to push their Super SOL app, blending services from all their affiliates. But now, contracts with Shinhan Bank and Shinhan Card are done as of December, and even though Shinhan Investment and Securities is locked in until March 2025, they're still saying no thanks to anything beyond that. They've had enough, and honestly, it's not hard to see why. This isn't just a quiet exit, it's a full-on statement. Additionally, How Old Denim is even allowed to open a new Instagram despite that they are still under Odd Air baffles me.
she just said Old Denim. That is so good. That should be their new name. That is so good. That sounds this is nice. I like.
They're breaching their contract, and I can't wait to see their faces when they lose.
Okay. Uh, Partially, I feel bad about this second topic because I've had, if you're interested, I have a reaction slash review on Rosé's album Rosé, and I speculate a little bit on that, but I am not that familiar with her to know or guess who is her ex is. So I just I broke down a little bit the lyrics and the songs. Not too much. I didn't go too much into the lore of Rosé, but I tried to figure out what she have meant in the lyrics and stuff like that. If you're interested, check out. But I've heard that a lot of fans gone too far in order to found out who Rosé's ex is, and I think it's silly. Just because she's a idol and a known person, maybe her ex is a not famous person and they don't want to be recognized, and it's always so difficult to navigate when one person in the relationship is famous and the other one is not. And I don't even know if the other person is famous or not. But if that's the case, then everyone should be protected if they don't want to be discovered and getting exposure as a non-famous people on the internet, because that can be dangerous.
Stop speculating about who ROSÉ'S ex is. Seriously, she just dropped an amazing album for her fans, pouring her heart and soul into it, and all some of you can think about is who she used to date. Like, how is that even relevant? Why can't y'all just enjoy the music and not turn everything into some drama-filled mess? You're taking away from what really matters here, which is her art, her talent, and the music she's made for us. And it's not just a small handful of people doing this either. It's gotten way out of hand. You're literally turning people off from wanting to get into K-pop because they see this kind of nonsense. It's a turn-off. Imagine trying to get into a fandom and seeing nothing but toxic speculation and people more focused on the idol's personal life than the music they create. That's not the vibe, not the community we should be creating, but that's exactly what some of you are doing. It's gotten so bad now that morons are actually claiming that Jaden Smith is ROSÉ'S ex, all because the guy playing her ex in the music video had a pink short haircut, and they tied this to Jaden since he had a pink short haircut and were spotted together at Coachella back in 2019. Really? That's your proof? That's your smoking gun? Please don't make me laugh. These aren't clues. These are just wild assumptions based on nothing but the most ridiculous coincidences. Do you really think that's enough to go around spreading false rumors and speculation? Do you really believe that? How can anyone look at that and think they're onto something real? The answer is you can't. It's pure nonsense. At this point, it's honestly embarrassing. Not only are you disrespecting Rose by reducing her to her relationships, but you're also doing a disservice to her fans who just want to appreciate the work she's putting out there. It's not just about the music anymore for some people. It's about tearing someone down over things that have absolutely nothing to do with their career. I get it. Everyone loves a good gossip session or a theory to throw around, but this...
And the fact that we're talking about a member of Blackpink, it plays a huge part in my opinion. It's the same thing that when some crazy fans or some not even fans, they just pretend to be fans, are trying to find out anything about BTS. It's the same thing. Blackpink and BTS as of right now is the male and female groups that are the best known internationally, I would say, in terms of success that they've got. And of course BTS is on another level. I don't have Blackpink and BTS on the same level in my mind, because that's not true. They are not on the same level, but as popularity and visibility in the international level, they are navigating on the same sphere, I would say. Like they as names are well known, but in terms of what they did throughout the years is a whole separate thing. But if you bring up anyone from these two groups, it's going to be a headline, it's going to circulate on the internet, and this is not a new thing. Even when Jenny and V was in Paris, I think, or no, it was Lisa and V and Park Bogum in the Paris Fashion Week, and that was a huge buzz, and then someone spotted V and Jenny probably, but that was not confirmed that they were the ones who were spotted, holding hands with hoodies, and you can't see their faces, but everyone was like, it's them, it's 100% them. And I don't know, it's silly. It's that is the part when, as Rosé already said right now, it brings down the not the interest, but the means of getting into K-pop, because everyone looks like crazed and rabid fans, when in reality it's just the K-pop community, like 5 or 6% of the whole K-pop sphere of fans, who are these not totally in their heads obsession they had with these people. But yeah, there are problems in the K-pop communities that are needs to be fixed, and I think Bora City magazine has a video on this, like the fandom needs a palette cleansing, but that applies to ARMY, the BTS fandom as a whole, not the K-pop sphere, because Bora City magazine focuses on BTS, but she has a lot of really good video essays. But yeah, this is not a new thing. It's just the K-pop community became that huge and international, that these types of dating stuff right now is boiling at the max, and this can be dangerous, and we've seen how dangerous it can be with Goara and Sully in the past. And I honestly, this is not that dangerous, because this is not attacking the artist itself, but the other half, who is probably not in the K-pop industry, or not famous people. Maybe it was a famous people, like Rosieri said, but that was a whole different thing with Goara and Sally. But that was really sad, and that was really devastating. So I hope that even from the relationship other side don't get any hate, and I generally hope that the fans and the crazy people who are trying to hunt down this person, they are not going to succeed.
This is taking it too far. It's invasive, it's inappropriate, and it's just plain wrong. JYP Entertainment really had a golden opportunity here, but they completely blew it. Twice could have had a song that could have easily catapulted them to instant success in the West, something that would have made them mainstream over here. Instead, they gave us this. A collaboration with Megan Thee Stallion? Fine, I get the hype around that. But the song itself is completely forgettable, unfortunately. It's so mediocre that I honestly don't think anyone outside of ONCE's is going to remember it in a few months. And that's the problem. Megan Thee Stallion's rap verse, which should have added some edge and fire to the song, honestly did nothing. It felt completely out of place, like they just threw it in there for the sake of having a feature. It didn't elevate the song. It didn't make it any better. It didn't make anyone want to come back and listen to it again. It's a wasted opportunity. It's frustrating because Twice has so much potential, but this is just a step backwards. They could have had a hit, something with a real impact, but instead they're stuck with a song that feels like it's trying too hard and ends up doing nothing for their career. I get it, collaborations are a huge thing in the industry right now, but it's got to make sense. It's got to bring something new to the table. This didn't. This is just another forgettable track in a sea of collaborations that don't work. And it's sad because Twice deserves better than this. So yeah, I'm really disappointed in this one.
Okay, I'm going to check out Strategy. That will be my next move, I think, because from the thumbnails and from the reaction community that I'm part of, everyone is like, this is amazing, this is fantastic. And once again, from the thumbnail, because I didn't heard it yet. But I think, I don't know if they just play along and in order to have more views. I really hope not, because I don't want to lie, you know? Like, I try to be honest when I do reactions, and especially with music reactions. Maybe I'm not that explosive, but you can trust me if I said that I really like this song and I really dislike that song, because I'm going to be honest, and that's the whole point of this channel, for me at least, to be honest in my videos. And I try to be honest all the time. But yeah, I'm really interested right now with that collaboration. It was in my mind when they dropped that I should do a reaction on it, but right now I had to do. I need to do it, so yeah.
I love Twice, I really do, but they deserve a song that's going to push them further into the global scene, not something that feels like a one-time deal that's only going to satisfy the die-hard fans. It's time to stop playing it safe and actually give Twice something that's going to turn heads, not something that's just going to be brushed off by everyone else. Power to whoever liked the song. It's not too bad, just not good compared to their earlier songs. But hey, music tastes are subjective at the end of the day.
Fans care more about drama than the music. And that is where this is boiling down to. The South Korean perception that drama is good and they want to participate in every makeup drama that is not even hype worthy. But we know that already, unfortunately.
K-pop stans don't even care about the music anymore, and it's honestly embarrassing. It's all about the drama now, who's dating who, hating on idols for the dumbest reasons, and making people go viral for things that have absolutely nothing to do with their talent. Like, what happened to actually enjoying the songs? Supporting the artistry? No, instead, stans are busy turning every little thing into a spectacle. Idols are out here working hard, putting their all into music and performances. But do stans care about that? Nope. They'd rather lose their minds over an idol sneezing in public or some made-up dating scandal. As trivial as a facial expression while their entire discography gets ignored? It's ridiculous. It's not about the art anymore. It's about who can stir up the most chaos on Twitter. This obsession with drama is ruining the industry. Real talent is getting overlooked because stans are too focused on petty fights and unnecessary hate campaigns. They're making K-pop a circus, and it's honestly exhausting for the rest of us who just want to enjoy the music. The focus should be on the creativity, the vocals, the choreography, not this endless soap opera nonsense.
Yeah, but this is not a new thing. Like, we know this already, and this is a huge problem, but I don't think that this is going to change anytime soon, unfortunately. This is just, sadly, this is part of the culture right now. So, leave it or take it, or you just ignore it. I try to ignore it a lot of times. Like, I am aware of a lot of things, but I try to not stir up anything or talk about it too much. Like in my recent video on Stray Kids album Hope, I talked a little bit about JYP and the BBMAs, but I just sprinkled there a little bit because it's relevant right now. And I said, I am ARMY/MOA and toddler, 18 and a infant stay as of right now currently. So I see what is happening in the ARMY part of this discussion, and a little bit of what is said about in the K-pop community as well, about BBMAs and how important awards really is in the K-pop world. And honestly, I have my thoughts on it, and I've shared it in the Stray Kids video that I made on the album reaction. If you're interested, check out my video, because that was, I titled it that Stray Kids is the new artist on my channel right now, but I know them. As I said, I'm an infant stay, so yeah, we can sit here and talk about awards in the Western music industry, how important they're in terms of boosting their numbers in order to get a Grammy, how important really is that Grammy. And if we put it in retrospect in how successful BTS is without a Grammy. Like, they have 5 Grammy nominations, as of right now 5 Grammy nominations, and they didn't get even one. And we don't care. If they got it, we would be happy, we would celebrate, but without it, they are still BTS and they are still the biggest group in the world, whether if the Western is happy about it or not. And we know that they are pissed that a South Korean group is the biggest in the world and they didn't get any financial benefits from it, and they should stay pressed about it. And I'm happy that the Western industry is pissed because they didn't do it, and finally they see that they're not the only ones in the world who can make actually good music and can promote themselves without big corporations. And this is what happened with BTS, and honestly, good for them. That's why I am a ARMY in the first place. I became an ARMY 5 years ago in 2019. So yeah, a lot of people, I think Rosé is right about how people should focus on the music in the first place and then about anything else, background sounds. I am interested in the structure of the K-pop industry and how Asian entertainment is working as a whole. I am invested in it. That's why I do the High Blower on Max journey on my channel. I put it on a playlist as well. But in the history of K-pop, from strategy till right now, and even back with the J-pop route, that is the K-pop taken, like that is how K-pop became K-pop through Japanese pop. So yeah, I really like and really enjoy learning about this, but not the drama is on my focus is on the history, not on the controversies most of the time. But I am aware of the controversies, because with the controversies you got the big picture, and I think that it's important to be aware of every aspect of this industry if you're interested in getting into it in terms of education, like I'm not trying to sing or dance or anything like that. I'm just talking about it, and I like to share my opinions and thoughts. So yeah.
Stans need to do better because this is not it.
What did I say? What did I say? Dear stupid netizens, a 7-year contract is not a slave contract. Exactly. It's a contract that is the government put it in place in order to be fair, both to the company and both to the artist, that we know about it. But a lot of netizens don't know it because they are not looking into it. And this is why I just said that in order to see the big picture, you need to be detailed about your searchings about stuff. And I totally agree. Like, whether if you play it like you dumb and you don't want to understand anything, or you seriously just not aware of things, what is happening. But either way.
Look, you guys really have a PhD in being dumb. No one's saying idols can't leave their contracts, but you can't just shout, "I'm done," and expect everything to magically vanish. If they have years left, they can only leave legally by paying the termination fee. That's how contracts work. Deal with it. You can't just walk away from a contract without some consequences. Do you really think it's that easy? Honestly, you don't have a clue, but still have the audacity to run your mouths. Just because you made up some fantasy narrative doesn't mean it's reality. You're calling it a slave contract like you're not satisfied with the industry holding problematic idols accountable and that you've got any idea how business works. The 7-year contract is standard across the industry. It gives agencies control over the group's music, schedule, and image, and that's because the agency is investing resources to make the group a success. It's not exploitation, it's a professional business relationship where both sides benefit. The agency pours money, time, and effort into the group, and the group gets the support to thrive. Stop acting like you know how contracts work. Please think twice before throwing around useless information like you're some kind of expert, because you're a spoiled toddler who didn't get their way. You're making yourselves look more ridiculous by the second. Get over it. Every idol is an attention seeker, and guess what? That's literally their job. They want to get popular. They want the spotlight, and they'll do whatever cringy, over-the-top nonsense they need to do to stay relevant. It's not some secret. It's part of the gig. So the next time you want to come at an idol for being thirsty for attention, just remember, your faves are doing the exact same.
This is why they're getting their paychecks. You're aware of it, right? Like, they need to be in front of cameras and they have to get your attention in order to get paid. So this is the one thing I didn't understand, like, ever. Like, how could you... Yeah, attention seeking. That's why they are in front of the limelight. Exactly.
Same thing. Stop pretending like they're above it when they're out here doing the same damn thing, pulling the same stunts. It's all about getting noticed. It's time we stop acting like there's some deep moral issue here. It's just how the industry works. Don't act like your idol's different because trust me, they're not. They've all played the game, and they all know exactly what it takes to stay on top. The reality is, if they didn't want the attention, they wouldn't be in this business. So stop acting all high and mighty about it. The sooner we admit it, the sooner we can just enjoy the music and stop making everything about who's trying too hard. They're all trying hard. That's their job. New Jeans' concept would have gotten boring eventually. Their music, as catchy as it might be, starts to sound like one long, repetitive playlist.
For me, they've sounded the same for a long time right now, because this Y2K concept that they are doing, it's, if you don't spice it up, it's going to burn out eventually. And I think that's the whole thing with K-pop. You know, like, everyone trying to categorize everyone in terms of musical style, what they are doing, in terms of fashion, in terms of vocal abilities and stuff like that. And this is the main part, and I think a lot of people talked about this, and this is just a fact, that BTS became this musically diverse group because they did different types of things. Like, they don't stick around to do just pop music or just hip hop. They do a lot of stuff, and a lot of people don't realize this because they are pocketed into the K-pop, quote unquote, popular music. That is not the reality, as we know. They not just do pop music, and K-pop is not stands for a music genre that we know as well. It's a business which is structured with different aspects of being a famous people. And what it takes to be a K-pop idol is going through training, scouting, debuting with the 7-year-old contract. A lot of goes into being a idol in South Korea. So, and if you debut with, and Bora City once again did a amazing job. In the video essays, talking about and breaking it down how Western boy bands and versus BTS did their job throughout the years in terms of not boxing themselves into certain categories, in terms of the boy band image, how can they be perceived, and they did really, really diverse things throughout their careers, and that's why they are where they are today. So yeah, it's good to have a sound as a group, but eventually, as with New Jeans, if they proceed to do just the Y2K image, that their sound should have gone boring. So, and as I've said, I already seen the patterns in their music and I found it a little bit boring, but once again, this is subjective thing, the music and what you are liking. So if you like Y2K and you like New Jeans sound and their voices, then it's okay. But for me, I need diversity.
Sure, it works now. But how long can they really keep that up before everyone gets tired of the same vibe over and over again? And let's not pretend like they're out here releasing groundbreaking masterpieces. There are plenty of other groups dropping way better songs, but they're not getting the same recognition because, surprise, surprise, they're not backed by a massive agency with a limitless promo budget. New Jeans is good, sure, but let's not act like their music is untouchable. Half of the hype comes from the machine pushing them to the top, not because their songs are the best in the industry. If any other rookie group released the exact same songs, they wouldn't even get half the attention. Let's give credit where it's
Agree.
due. Their success is built on clever marketing and insane exposure, not just the music itself. I'm not here to hate, but let's call it what it is. You can only ride the fresh and simple wave for so long before.
And this is the same thing that that happened throughout the years. That every big group every year came from the big three company because they've had the promotional means and the money, and the whole entertainment business is relied on the big three company. So, and right now, hype is, I don't think that it's a debate anymore. Like right now, it's the big four with hype, JYP, YG, and SM, and yeah, they are going to be perceived as a group who's got the big promotional engine behind them, because that's what happened with New Jeans right now. So, like it or not, this is not a coincidence, and in the future is going to, I mean, I hope that right now smaller agencies are in the spotlight, particularly KQ with 80s, and right now a few more groups from KQ, but 80s is the main group who is pushing the agency as well, and they've got their first BB1 Billboard Hot 100 first place, not Billboard 200, with their the album before Golden Hour Part 1, I think, with that album. And that was a first for a smaller agency outside the big four. So I hope this is a wake-up call for smaller agencies in terms of you can do this too. Like, this is not a warning sign that you can't pass the big four. Like, if you have generally good music and means of promoting your artist, you can do it with limited budget as well, because 80s and KQ had limited budget as well. You just have to market yourself properly and be interesting as a artist. I mean, this is the pick of it.
Before it starts feeling stale. Meanwhile, there are groups out here experimenting with bold, creative sounds, actually raising the bar for K-pop. But nope, they're overshadowed by the shiny new toy with the endless promotions. At some point, the hype train has to slow down, and when it does, what's left?
Successful collaboration performs good because the song is good, not solely because of an artist's popularity. True. I mean, we've seen a lot of collaborations throughout the years, and I can count on one hand the top 5 that I was like, okay, this is a good song, and I think it played a huge part that that particular artist performed and do that type of song. But at the end of the day, if a song good, that no matter how you put it, you can sell it without the artist, I think. Because if it's a well-produced sound, you can put on another amazing sound. And that's why the collaboration's working, in my opinion, because if you find that another artist who can elevate your song, or you can elevate that artist's song to another level, even if you do a remix or a feature on a already existing song, I think it's a really nice thing. Like, for example, with Twice featuring on Megan Thee Stallion's Mamushi, I think it was a nice collab, not a word-breaking amazingness, but it was a nice touch on that song. especially because this is a subjective take. I didn't enjoyed the original feature on that song that much, but yeah, it was a breath of fresh air in my opinion. So, and the other song that in my head is playing nonstop is Back for More by TXT featuring Anita. It was a amazing collaboration. I really enjoyed it. The live stage as well with her in the BBMAs or AMAs. I don't know where they performed it. I really enjoyed their joint stage as well. And I think Anita is just sweet. And it's rare to find a collaboration where the other half of the song is just as positive as you are. If you're talking about your favorite group performing with another artist and you are not familiar with the other artist, and if it's came out as in a negative way, and there is a example, like for example BTS featuring on the Jason Derulo Savage Love, and we are well aware of Jason Derulo's ways and how he acted on social media, and that infamous video of his that discredits BTS, and he is acting like he is the sole reason why the Savage Love remix is become number one on the Billboard Hot 100, which is not true, because his original song was out like month by then and didn't get a number one, but when BTS joined, it became an instant number one. So there is difference and levels of how you can collaborate and how well you know the background of your feature as a person, and you know how your fandom is going to react to that particular artist. And I think that Megan Thee Stallion did really nice job how she introduced herself to the K-pop industry throughout BTS and right now with Twice. But with BTS, she did amazing job, I think, with Butter remix. That was, and I think Megan Thee Stallion became this popular with the K-pop community as well, and not as a problematic artist, because she is genuinely interested in the culture, and she is a otaku. She is a anime fan, so I am not surprised that she came with respect, and she got respect from armies as well, because it was a neutral thing in my opinion. So yeah, you can do it in the Megan Thee Stallion way and the Jason Derulo way.
A successful collab performs well because the song is good, not just because some A-list celebrity slapped their name on it. Stans need to stop living in delusion. If the song is catchy, addictive, and worth replaying, people will naturally flock to it. The big-name artist is just the cherry on top, a little extra push to boost its popularity. But let's not act like their presence alone will magically carry trash music to the top of the charts. What I mean is that if idols collab with an A-lister and the song is garbage, it's going to flop hard. People aren't going to waste their time streaming mediocrity just because some big name is attached to it. They'll move on to something better, and that collab will be forgotten about faster than yesterday's viral meme. Popularity might get ears to the song for a second, but if it's trash, those ears won't stick around. No amount of clout can save a bad song. So let it all sink in. A big-name collab doesn't equal automatic success. The music has to actually slap. If it doesn't, bye.
Hype is actually impressive in handling new jeans and mini jeans drama. I agree, and hello. And this is what I was talking about in the start of the video, that right now Hybe doesn't want to sue, and because they are right now really mindful and demure, especially after the Minhee thing, and right now with new jeans they trying to be careful what they are doing, I think, and so far it's working. And I said it one of my videos about new jeans that if you are careful and not do big waves, that doesn't mean that you don't have a trump card or you don't have anything on that other half. This just means that you are the bigger person, and right now Adore/Hybe is the bigger person. They are the big fish compared to new jeans. They are a corporation, of course, so they have to be really careful what they are doing financially. Be careful, because I don't think that they will have anything taken away from them or needs to be said about anything, because if new jeans and the end of this drama leaving Adore, that means that Hybe and Adore has a new that means they have a new chance to build something new and something hopefully better than the last time. And I've seen, and I agree with that, I'm not that I don't think that it's bad luck. It was a bad take, or that Hybe started out with a girl group in the early 2010s and they flopped, and the girls was involved in some legal thing, and that's how became a lore, part of a lore that at the time Big Hit has a bad reputation with girl groups and producing girl groups. And so far it was a known thing or a hidden thing for new fans who are doesn't aware of Big Hit's history before BTS. And so far with Eyelid, with Le Seraphim, with Fromis9 right now, with I think this is the all and new jeans. But if we taken away new jeans, those groups are doing relatively well. I mean, Fromis9 is a little bit struggling, but that is on Hybe, to be honest, and the lack of promotion for them. But beside new jeans, everyone is okay in terms of avoiding drama and not stirring anything negative, in my opinion. Only new jeans, and of course, this is a. I'm not superstitious, like I'm not usually, but I think that curse from the Big Hits history is striking again, unfortunately. And they are more visible, they have more money, and they a huge company right now as Hybe, and they have to take different measurements when they did then. So
Okay, I'll admit it, I was wrong about Hybe. I've dragged them in the past, but credit where it's due. The way they're handling this whole new jeans and Min Hee-jin mess is nothing short of genius. They're sitting back, staying silent, and letting the chaos unfold all on its own. And you know what? It's working. They're letting these people expose themselves for who they really are without lifting a finger. It's almost poetic. By staying quiet, HYBE is letting New Jeans and Min Hee-jin dig their own graves. Every time they open their mouths or pull another stunt, they're making it painfully obvious to the world what's really going on. HYBE doesn't need to do damage control because the damage is taking care of itself. And
True.
honestly, that level of restraint is impressive. Most companies would jump in, scramble to defend, or try to cover things up, but HYBE is playing the long game, and it's brilliant. What's really wild is how transparent everything has become. The real perpetrators are practically screaming their guilt with every move they make, and HYBE is just letting the truth speak for itself. No messy statements, no unnecessary drama, just silence, only speaking out when it's necessary and a front-row seat to the self-destruction. So yeah, I take back what I said. HYBE's approach isn't just professional, it's calculated. They're letting the receipts pile up without getting their hands dirty, and honestly, it's kind of refreshing to see a company actually handle drama like this. Keep at it, HYBE, because this is how you let the truth win.
New Jeans and Min Hee-jin are not gonna win. I mean, I think it's obvious. It's a obvious take. And the reason is the ninth point that Rosé already did before that. Because they are playing the long game and they are well aware of what is happening and what the other half is doing right now, which is creating more damage. And they don't have to do damage control, as Rosé already said right now, because HYBE is not damaged. At this point, New Jeans damaging themselves, and the general public is more and more well aware of this day after day. So, and at this point, it just became ridiculous.
Mama Roach along with her baby roaches are not going to come out on top of this mess. Why? Because they've completely botched the situation. Instead of handling it with even a shred of decency, they've stirred up a storm of unnecessary drama that has done nothing but make the public despise them. At this point, they only have their die-hard stans, the bunnies, clinging on for dear life. And honestly, it's pathetic. New Jeans have shown themselves to be untrustworthy, getting exposed as liars alongside Min Hee-jin. And the worst part? They've got absolutely no evidence to back up any of their accusations. None. Zilch. Meanwhile, their sneaky, underhanded moves and shady alliance with Min Hee-jin aren't just dragging HYBE into the mud, it's affecting the entire industry. K-pop as a whole is starting to look like a complete joke, and it's turning people off in droves. Do they even realize the consequences of their stupidity? Their actions are bigger than them, and it's not just about one company or one group anymore. The entire industry's reputation is taking a hit because of their nonsense. K-pop is starting to look like a circus, and the audience is getting fed up. Min Hee-jin and New Jeans need to face facts. Their lies, manipulative tactics, and constant drama are backfiring. They're losing trust, respect, and any goodwill they once had. It's not just a bad look. It's the beginning of the end if they don't stop acting like they're untouchable. Actions have consequences, and they're about to feel the full force of them. I swear, 2024 has been nothing but chaos, and I'm honestly over it. I'm really hoping next year is better because this year has been a straight-up disaster. Like, can we just get rid of the people stirring up all this unnecessary drama? Maybe then, we can actually go back to enjoying the music without all the mess getting in the way. Alright, that's it for today's video. I really hope you guys had a good time because I put my heart and soul into making sure my content is worth watching. If you enjoyed
it was
do the
amazing
smart
as
thing,
always.
like the video,